Houdini called himself the master mystifier of the age, the undisputed king of handcuffs. No ropes could bind him, no icy waters drown him. Imprisoned in chains or suspended in straitjackets, Houdini emerged from every restraint. Though denying he had supernatural powers, he spent his life in pursuit of death and hoped to communicate from beyond the grave. What were the secrets of the great Houdini? The great Houdini died on Halloween 1926. In death, he remains as enigmatic as he was in life. For years, he visited spiritual mediums and seances, seeking proof of life after death. And shortly before he died, he promised to send word from the beyond, if he could. Houdini was perhaps the best-known escape artist of all time. From the beginning, he was surrounded by mystery. Born Eric Weiss in Hungary in 1874, he would later claim Wisconsin as his birthplace. He was a restless child who rarely slept. His only consolation, the beat of his mother's heart. It became the driving rhythm of his life, an affirmation that all was well, even through difficult times. Magic fascinated young Eric and provided escape from a life of hardship. Already captivated by sleight-of-hand masters, he happened upon a book that would change his existence. The life story and secrets of France's greatest conjurer, Robert Houdin. Taking Houdin's illusions and adopting his name, Eric became Houdini the Magician. These simple props, now in a museum, were among the first that he could afford as he struggled to survive in an already overcrowded field. In an attempt to appear successful, he dubbed himself the King of Cards. While playing beer halls on Coney Island, Harry fell in love with a beautiful young singer. Her name was Beatrice Ronner. Harry called her Bess. She was part of an act called the Floral Sisters, and just 18. Although Harry was Jewish and Bess Catholic, their romance blossomed. Despite her family's objections, within weeks she would become Mrs. Harry Houdini and join his act. The highlight of their show became a disappearing trick called metamorphosis, in which Harry and Bess would exchange places inside a bag, inside a trunk, in 3 seconds. Although audiences were intrigued by the illusion, it was not unique, and Harry would continue to seek new tricks. Handcuff escapes were common entertainment, though the audiences knew that performers used phony cuffs. But Harry practiced with real ones every night. He developed the locksmith's mastery of what became a huge collection and could escape from every cuff. Still, the audiences were unimpressed, so Houdini searched for a more challenging restraint. He found it in the straitjacket. After seeing an inmate at an insane asylum struggling futilely in such a device, Houdini was inspired to incorporate the stunt into his act. This rare piece of film documents his entire escape in less than 3 minutes. Yet even with the straitjacket, Houdini's climb to vaudeville fame seemed agonizingly slow. He despaired being at the bottom of the bill, below such acts as the tiniest triplets ever born. Desperate for publicity, he dared police to try to lock him in their cuffs. The challenge would become his trademark. Houdini expert and owner of many of his handcuffs is amateur magician Sid Radner.
Houdini didn't invent the handcuff escape act, but he did perfect it. Unlike his competitors and the people who preceded him, Houdini took on all comers. Every sheriff, every chief of police, every deputy, everybody from anywhere could bring in handcuffs, ordinary handcuffs, bring them up on the stage. They had to be in good working order. And as long as they were in good working order, Houdini would accept the challenge and he would proceed to get out of these handcuffs, ordinary handcuffs, just as these are here.
Finally, Houdini's skill caught the attention of a major vaudeville booker, and he and Bess started a national tour. They were paid $120 a week. For publicity, Houdini added jailbreaks to his repertoire, allowing police to strip and search him before locking him in a cell. Minutes later, Houdini would appear free, unfettered, and fully clothed. It was not until he toured Europe that he achieved the fame he had dreamed of. Success would stretch his tour to 4 years. France paid homage to the King of Cuffs. German theaters begged him to extend his tour. And in Russia, he freed himself